Hi everyone, my name is Robin Speziale and I'm the national best-selling author of a book called Market Masters. You can pick up Market Masters at your local library, local bookstore, or go on Amazon.com or .ca and you can get Market Masters there. So today in this video I'm going to be talking about finding the next Amazon. And here's the thing. Let's say you do pull the trigger on a small, innovative company. Let's say under $1 billion market cap. Maybe a company had just IPO'd, initial public offering. You see a lot of potential in it. Even if you do pull the trigger and invest in this promising small company, will you have the conviction and wherewithal to hold that stock, right? From let's say 100 million in market cap to $1 billion to 2 billion to 3 billion to 10 billion to 100 billion. Very rarely do any companies go from that micro cap, small cap, all the way to mega cap. But do you have the conviction? Do you have the wherewithal to actually hold? And because these successful small stocks, they don't just shoot up, right? We're talking about Amazon and finding the next Amazon. Amazon was just so volatile. It didn't just go right up. It had massive swings in the market, and it was down 20%. It was up 10%. It lost greater than 75%. Amazon had a very wild ride, okay? From 1997 to 2017, over that 20-year period, sure, Amazon stock went up 38,000%. 38,000%. But again, I just want to say its trajectory was not linear at all. If you look at the stock chart, it wasn't straight up like I wish it was. Amazon had its IPO, here's some history, in 1997. Amazon started trading in 1997 at $18 per share, and MarketWatch kind of tracked all of its drawdowns, all the big drops it had over that time. And it showed that Amazon in the tech bubble and bust, it fell 95%. Okay, Amazon lost 95% of its value from December 1999 to October 2001. And the next really big drop was in 2008, the financial crisis. Amazon dropped 64%. And in fact, Amazon suffered a double-digit drop each year since going public, since 1997, and a 20% drawdown in 16 of those 20 years from 1997 to 2007. Definitely not fun. So who do you think owned Amazon stock since 1997, since its IPO? Well, very few investors bought Amazon stock at $18 per share and held, all the way until now, July 2018, at $1,800 per share. From $18 to $1,800 per share. The ones who held Amazon since 1997, honestly, they're either crazy, genius, or simply forgot to check on their stock portfolios for 20 years. Though they're probably all now relaxing on a beach somewhere. In hindsight, it is interesting to think that most people thought investing in Amazon as recently as even 5 to 10 years ago was crazy. The majority in 2013 were still doubters, focusing on Amazon's lack of net income, obscene price to earnings multiple, and calling the company grossly overvalued. Many so-called analysts were claiming that Amazon was overvalued all the way up until recently, when Jeff Bezos finally cracked the top 10 richest people in the world list. However, it is only now that Bezos is the richest man in the world that most people have realized they missed out on one of the greatest wealth-creating opportunities the world has ever seen. I too am guilty. I should have listened to my university roommate. He was never an investor, still is not an investor, but he said in 2006, he said, "Robin, you should probably invest in Amazon." My response, it's overvalued. So, here's a story of, if you really want to catch these early stage companies, there's a lot of risk involved because there's so much uncertainty. And, it's probably greater than, 1 in 100. It might be 1 in 1,000. 1 in 1,000 of these small companies that IPO, that maybe started out at the size that Amazon did in 1997, will actually make it big, will actually become a large cap, and even rarer will it become a mega cap. But what I've learned in my own career as a do-it-yourself investor is that I'm not recommending this, but what I do, I like to take more risks. I like to plant, seeds in these companies that, like in Amazon's case, they weren't generating net income for years. They were losing money, but they're reinvesting it back in their company. And they had a very visionary leader, and I find that's so important. These companies with visionary leaders who are disrupting industries, who are changing the way people buy things, changing the way people use things, inventing new products, inventing new technology. Sometimes it's still rare, but sometimes these companies are the ones that make it big. But at the time when they first start out, they just look like, this is a very low probability this will ever work out. So a lot again of success in investing too, especially in these small emerging companies, is luck. So if luck is on your side, perhaps you can have a company like this in your portfolio. It does take a lot of research though to understand these businesses, especially early stage ones. But it's not impossible, but the probability is low of finding the next Amazon. But you know what? That is really what motivates me. If I don't find the next Amazon through my research, I might find the next Constellation Software, a company that I was looking at around $20 per share. Now it's $1,000 per share. Or you might find the next Canopy Growth, which I was buying at around $1.50 per share, and went all the way up to $40, $45 per share. And so these are the types of opportunities you can actually find, and if you really do your research. All right, guys, good luck and happy investing. Talk soon.